Okay, let's talk about certain things today. It comes under the union, the executive, and the president. Let's start with Article 52. Article 52 says there shall be a president of India. That's it, nothing more. Next comes Article 53. Article 53 says the executive power of the union shall be vested in the president and shall be exercised by him either directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the constitution. It's pretty simple. It basically says the executive power basically lies in the hands of presidents, and he can exercise it directly or through his subordinates. It's pretty simple. Next, uh, clause 2 of Article 53 says, without prejudice to generality of the foregoing provision, the supreme command of the defense forces of the Union shall be vested in the President, and the exercise thereof shall be regulated by the law. Basically, what it basically says is that President is the supreme commander of the defense forces, and he can exercise it only under law. This is also important. It's not on his total will. His command should be as per the law. Next, clause 3. Clause 3 says, nothing in this article shall be deemed to transfer to the president any functions conferred by any existing law on the government of any state or authority. See, basically, since Indian constitution is a federal constitution, powers are divided between central and state. So executive power of union is with president, and states have their own executive. So that's the difference. That's what it's talking about. Next, subclause B says, nothing in this article shall prevent Parliament from conferring by law functions on authorities other than the President. If the Parliament wants, it can put certain powers to some other person. That's what it says. Next, Article 54. Article 54 basically says about who will elect the President. All the people who can elect the president is called Electoral College. It says the president shall be elected by the members of an electoral college consisting of A. all the elected members of both houses of parliament. B. all the elected members of legislative assembly of the states. Here what we have to consider is only elected persons, not nominated. The thing is, in parliament as well as legislative assembly, certain people can be nominated by the president in the parliament and by the governor in the legislative assembly. We'll come to that later. The thing that we have to remember is that only elected members of these houses can vote, not the nominated members. And one more thing we have to remember is that only members of legislative assembly, not legislative council. Like we know that in certain states we have both legislative assembly and legislative council, and only members of legislative council assembly are allowed, not legislative council. Even that needs to be remembered. Next thing is this thing. Here state also means National Capital Territory of Delhi and Union Territory of Pondicherry. So the thing we have to remember is that Delhi and Pondicherry are union territories, but still they have their legislative assemblies for easier administration. And in 70th amendment they have inserted that members of these two assemblies can also vote in election for president. That's what is earlier to that. People in assemblies of these two assemblies were not allowed. Only from 70th Amendment Act 1992 they were allowed. So basically the thing we have to know is that the president is elected by the elected members of parliament and legislative assemblies indirectly. That means people of the country don't elect the president directly, but they are elected indirectly through this electoral college comprising of these members.